This one's a classic.
Nice. Nice. We got Rudolph. All right, it's been a little while, but I'm back in Chrono Story. Figured I would play this week. I really want to get my Hunter to Ranger, and I'm sure there's probably a better way to train. I just haven't done my research. To be completely honest with you, I have just simply not done my research, so I don't know. Oh man, I still gotta make another character, don't I? Jesus, I wonder when I'll get around to that. I don't know. As it stands right now, there's really not a whole hell of a lot for me to even talk about, because all I'm going to be doing is probably killing these guys and watching Vine Sauce for the next... until I get bored. That amount of time. So one of the biggest improvements to the server since the last time I played, this is what I've been waiting for, is client-side attacking with server-side validation. Just, you know, normal video game, online game stuff. Previously, it was server-side, and there was always a delay, but now this is pretty much as instant as I think it's gonna get. I'll probably do a couple levels here, and then get bored of it and figure out where else I can go, because this server is completely different. They added They added Omega Sector, which, you know, I've just been spending a lot of time in Omega Sector on my Hermit in Artale, and they changed Omega Sector in Chrono Story to be a level 80 plus area, which, you know what? I think that's a pretty good change, because Omega Sector is kind of iconically useless. It's profoundly useless in vanilla MapleStory. There was an era in early Big Bang that gave it some use, and I think, of course, this was post Big Bang when they changed the levels of the monsters. There was a mini dungeon that was really, really good for farming. If you remember private servers, there was a specific private server, Extalia, I think. I don't think they're around anymore. I hope not. If they are, I have to cut their name out of the video. Anyway, yeah, lots of memories with that. Still haven't gotten around to making a private server video yet, because I'm still too scared. All right, chat, what are we watching tonight? I'm just kidding, I'm not actually streaming. I don't mean to mislead you. Let's pop up, this will be fun. Let's pop up my browser and take a look at my YouTube homepage. Here we go. All right, let's do it. What are we looking for? We got some Germa. Some Jabroni Mike. Those could be good. Lots of FNAF stuff. And by that I mean one single video. This could be fun to rewatch this stream. I've watched this stream like a dozen times. Let's do it! Puppy posting is a really good IGN. Who's playing this server that's an IGN somebody's using? That is not an IGN I would expect to find in MapleStory ever. Damn, that guy looks cool as hell. That's such a fucking badass outfit for 2006. Holy shit! Somebody's level 176? Jesus, man. I'm like one of the lowest level players. So, let's go ahead and kill 9,999,999,999. Skeleton dogs. All right, well, the first one is done now. This is so neat. I like that the developer is adding new kill quests that I don't think were present. All right, let's go do the other ones. This is kind of weird, but these quests make me think of Temple of Time and Lionheart Castle, but like expanded to the rest of the world. That's kind of weird. It's weird making these 1000 kill quests like a staple of MapleStory progression. I kind of don't hate it. At least there's some kind of recurring theme. But beyond just kill the monsters and then level up. I spent so many years playing this game completely alone. The community was so small, and I just did everything totally alone. So it's really jarring to me to play with other people, that other people are so willing to party up and stuff, and that's not even like a surprise that people want to do so because it's so common. I've seen a dozen people walk through these maps in the time that I've been doing this quest. Like, I actually kind of can't believe how much more popular MapleStory, old MapleStory, seems now than it was in the 2010s. I have no idea what could have possibly caused that. Other than I guess MapleStory Worlds being an official platform helps a lot. But it's still weird to me. It's still weird to me to play this game with other people. Maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it really does, in my memory, seem like back in the day, in the 2010s specifically, there was maybe a community of like, I mean, I think it was rare for any server to ever reach 1,000 players. So you were usually looking at maybe a couple hundred people, and you would often get a lot of the same people showing back up. So there was probably like 50 to 100 people who I remember interacting with. And yeah, I don't know, man. It's just like things are so different now. I also wasn't a YouTuber back then. I don't think nostalgia for old MapleStory was as potent. Also, I guess we're going to a new map. Oh, well, there's level 47. Wow, 80% almost. Pretty good.
Part 5, Road to Commander.
I'm here at Golem Temple 4. The reason I'm killing monsters 20 levels above me is because I have 2x drop, and these guys drop red arrows for bow, not crossbow, at a 1 in 667 chance. So my odds are actually pretty good with 2x drop. It might take a while, but I have extra unagi, so survivability is not really an issue. It might not be a good idea to be farming this right now, but I want it, so I'm gonna do it. Hopefully I get better RNG than I did in Artale, because I'm still on the hunt for Toby throwing stars in Artale. Shouldn't be that hard. And yes, it's your fault. Oh! What the fuck? I look away. I'm watching a video and I look away to read something on the video, just holding down arrow bomb, and look at that. I got the red arrows I was looking for. So that's a damage increase, 579 to 628. That was definitely worth the literally 9.5 minutes I spent farming that. Totally worth it. Might have been the best 9.5 minutes I've spent doing anything in this server. Back to my new training spot, Mixed Golems. And I'll be here till, I don't know, maybe third job. Oh, look at that. I found the Tobies I was looking for. Level 49. This is really good XP. I'm getting 660,000 an hour. That's like a little under an hour per level right now. Doing good. All right, I got to level 51. I wasn't planning on actually doing an update quite yet, but I've been training at Mixed Golems, as you know, and there are a number of decent drops for archers. We have hats, shoes, overalls, the most insane fucking overall I've ever seen. 13 strength clean blue Lamati. One of my favorite things about this server is the insanely powerful clean gear. So this is my new overall, I guess. Oh, I don't have enough space in my inventory. This is a 6-stat shoe, but it's all dex, so I don't know that I care that much. So my blue Lamati replaces my other stuff, and now I have 60 strength. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna need to get overall scrolls for this eventually. Speaking of scrolls, I have 3 glove attack 60s, and I might as well use them. 1. Fail. Okay. Well, I might as well get my last glove attack 60. I don't think I had... Really? I actually seriously have 799 scroll vouchers and I need 800? This game is just out to annoy me in the smallest possible ways. Whatever little ways it possibly can. I got the last one, let's see. All right, I have a 6-attack glove. That's not horrible. If it was a 4-attack glove, I would have been pretty upset, but 6-attack is fine. Anyway, I have 11 bow attack 60s, and I'm level 50 now. I'm still using my Vaulter 2000, so I was thinking maybe I go hunt for an Olympus. I'm gonna need to get overall strength scrolls. I don't know if overall strength scrolls exist in this server, but in order to get my hands on an Olympus, there are a couple monsters I could kill. One of the better options, from what I can tell, are these weird monsters in El Nath, I've noticed. So let's go head there. Let me see if I can find where they are. And we'll farm them for a nice Olympus, and I'll try to get some good scrolling on that, because it's going to be a little while until I get my hands on an Asiatic bow. Is the level 60 bow? Actually, what even drops that? I would love to know. Oh, Timer and Malady. I'm not using an Asiatic bow. There's no way I'm going to farm that. So I'm going to be using this Olympus until level 70, basically. That's essentially what I'm saying, is I'm going to be using this till level 70. So the Olympus drops from a monster called Tortoise, which I think might be a Coketown monster. You also have Snowball Pepes, which drop, actually they drop cape strength. That would be really good. Looks like Snowball Pepes are at the Crown Flyer 2, which is a new map. The Crown Flyer is actually one of my favorite maps in the game. So let's head over there. I think it's better to just walk. I'm finally adventuring a little bit on this character. I'm finally exploring a bit. I've been really putting that off, because I actually wasn't even playing Chrono Story for a while. But I'm having fun with the Iron Man gameplay. So Crown Flyer, I think it's this map. I guess it's not Coldfield 1. These guys, I feel like Hectors would be really good to farm. But I don't think they drop anything particularly useful. And I like how the gameplay changes so much when you have to train at monsters who specifically drop the things you need. So is the Crown Flyer here? Am I misremembering? Is it further? No, I guess this is it. Crown Flyer 1. Where the fuck? Oh, and here's the Crown Flyer 2. Okay. So we should have a new type of enemy never before seen. I should have bought snowshoes. Whoa, these guys are huge. They're way bigger than I thought. I guess they're full-size Pepes. I was under the impression they'd be like junior Pepes. Oh, this is gonna suck. These guys are gonna suck to train on. They're so fast. Well, they dropped my Olympus, so it's either these guys or there's another option. I could kill these guys, but it would be slow because I'm only gonna be able to kill one at a time, basically. They don't group up enough and they move too quickly. So this is one option. Let me look for Tortoise. They're at a map called Chillfield. If I were to guess where Chillfield is, based on my knowledge of the game, I would guess it's probably to the west of Elnath. We'll check that out in a second. I need to buy snowshoes. Oh my god. Okay, I got my snowshoes. Means I lose 2 strength, but that's okay because I can still equip the Olympus. It requires 55. Let's go see if I can find Chillfield. Oh my god. I wish these servers would implement accurate knockback. None of these servers have done it. They all just do the whatever weird MapleStory Worlds version of knockback they can come up with. But knockback in real old school MapleStory is very particular. It controls your X and Y velocity to a very significant degree. Here it's just like, if I have a lot of X and Y velocity and I get hit, my knockback just like amplifies it. It's bizarre and it's really awkward. Well, I don't know where Coldfield, I don't know where Chillfield is. Okay, well maybe I was wrong. Because it looks like Chillfield actually goes to watch out for Icy Path 2. Which is not the right ID, if this database is to be believed. Yeah, well, here's Chillfield. We got a number of monsters here. So one of the issues I could run into is that Tortoises are not the only monster here. I also have transforming Junior Yetis. Might be good for drops, but you know, I gotta weigh my options here. Is it better to just stick with Snowball Pepes? Or do I want exposure to these transformed Yeti drop pools? That could be valuable. I mean, it's gonna take a while to get my Olympus though. Oh wow, I got a red tie. It's below average, but yeah, that sucks. Gonna be a little difficult probably to beat the 13 strength overall that I have. All right, I'm gonna make an executive decision here. I'm gonna stick with the Pepes. I like that they're really concentrated. I can just focus on them. I'm gonna do that. 67 attack. So I'm looking at the database for Chrono Story. It looks like the way that they balance high tier, high quality items, 1 in 3, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1 in 3. So there's a 1 in 3 million chance that when an Olympus drops, it's gonna be 68 attack. Because that makes really high tier stuff exceptionally rare and not just like, oh, you got a good pull. You actually found something super rare. So I'm gonna look up how much Blue Lumati. A Blue Lumati with 13 strength is apparently a 1 in 30 chance. Also, apparently you can get crazy high weapon defense and evasion values on this. The way that Chrono Story has created its gear system is very fascinating to me. The further I get in this game, the more I play it, the more I kind of think and feel like this is a really fun way to design MapleStory. I'm liking it more as I play. So now the moment of truth. Whether this scrolling goes well or not, this is still going to be an improvement over my Olympus or my Vaulter 2000. Oh, please get RNG. Fantastic. Oh, looking great. 1, 2, 3 successes. It's not great. It's not great. Let me use my 10% shoe jump.
Oh, nice.
Wow. You know what? I should get some 60% shoe jumps while I'm here. I don't know if I'll actually have enough scroll vouchers. I haven't done that much farming. I have a shield attack 100%, but that's 100%. I mean, I guess that's still good, you know? Okay, so that's, you know, those are some upgrades. I don't have enough scroll vouchers. So let me just head back to, I'm gonna go to Lith Harbor. The progression in this game, and this is really what I'm feeling. The progression in this server is so unique and so fun. This is what MapleStory World, this is MapleStory Worlds at its peak. Just like South Perry, which was a very unique take on the MapleStory formula, this is a more base take on the actual base game, but it's just so fucking fun. Does Lith Harbor even have a gachapon in vanilla? All right, let's see. Colorful tube, cool novelty weapon. Gold surfboard. Yeah, not really very useful. Oh, what the fuck? I freaked out because I saw it was a Gaia cape and I thought it was pink for a second. Oh, they got me. They tricked me. Red surfboard is really good. A lot of red capes. They really love red capes. Black Justice cape. Plenty of capes. If you ever need capes, you know where to go. Yellow umbrella. 13 tickets left. God, this is such an old school novelty weapon. Such a nostalgic little sprite. This one too. God damn. Bring me back. Silver snowboard, also a very nostalgic little item. Palette is a cool shield. It's mostly useful because it's all class. I think 7 slots is normal. I think 7 slots is normal for a shield. All class, kind of low level. Purple bamboo hat. I remember seeing this. They added this as one of Chrono Story's unique pieces of gear. Man, nothing useful. The blue bamboo hat could be good. Skull earrings. Skull earrings are cool. That's one of my favorites. 2 gachapon tickets left. Frozen tuna. Very cool. And sapphire earrings. So no no brown work gloves, no pink Gaia cape, and only a 3 strength blue bamboo hat. So really nothing special here. Let me check this yellow umbrella and see how it compares to the one I have. Actually, I think this one is 1 magic attack more. I'll just throw it in storage. It's fine. Oh, I can get 3 more gachapon tickets. I fuel my gambling. Silver snowboard, white baseball cap, and another white baseball cap. So cool. Wow. So I've moved to Dark Stone Golems. This map is a little more AFK, and it's higher XP actually. I'm getting almost 900,000 on average. If I really focus, I can get 1 million XP per hour which is a marginal, not even marginal. That's a huge improvement over where I was at before. I was getting like 600k, 600 to 700k at the Golem Temple. This is a big improvement, but I hesitated to come here because I worried the drops for scrolls are not as good here. It's just a bunch of junk, dude. Like, just stuff I don't need. Topware Luck 60 is really good. It's a good scroll, but I don't fucking need it. But these guys do actually drop something really useful for archers, which is the blue tie. So I have my 13 strength blue Lamati and another 13 strength. I have 2 of them that I collected at mixed golems. But the blue tie is actually a better overall, which makes sense. It's 10 levels higher. The blue tie can drop up to 7 strength and 11 dex, which is more stat total than the blue Lumati. Was I calling it Lamati? I always get that wrong. I think that U is an A for some reason every time I look at this fucking thing. Anyway, more stat total on this. It's not anything groundbreaking, but basically I can get a lot more dex if I find a really good blue tie. So that's something to look for here. Otherwise, this is just like an alternative training spot that's a little faster. I'm kind of in the hellish levels right now. There's nothing really fascinating happening. I'm just kind of grinding it out. I'm still killing kind of slow. I'm getting stronger. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous to say this, but this is also, it's important to remember this is Chrono Story. It's not really directly comparable to Artale in a lot of ways because their power scaling is different. I probably wouldn't have gear this good in a regular server. And this gear isn't even that fucking good, dude. It's crazy. It's like not that good, but I'm still stronger than my Hermit in Artale right now. My Hermit has like 670, somewhere less than 700 range, and Kel G has almost 800 range at 20 levels lower. My poor Hermit, my poor Artale Hermit is just a struggle machine. It's just a struggle simulator. But it's okay, because numbers still go up. As long as numbers go up, I'm happy. Are you happy? Are you happy with your number? Are you satisfied with your number go up? Call this number on the screen right now. If you're not satisfied with your number, we can make it go up. I think Chrono Story's approach with their scroll voucher system is actually one of the best implementations I've ever seen because it's really fucking satisfying. You always feel like you're making forward progress. I mean, I'm coming off of playing Artale for so long, and in Artale, it feels like you never make any progress. It feels like all you're doing in Artale is constantly gaining experience, and maybe you'll get a scroll drop one day if you're good. If you're good. But I've been really bad, apparently, so I've gotten nothing. I could sing the praises of Chrono Story for hours. This server has so far been a huge shock to me. I think is the craziest part of this. Chrono Story has effectively, and I've said this before, taken what a high rate private server did and removed the shitty, unengaging parts. It is very impressive. I am excited to, now that I actually have time to play it, I'm excited to really get into it and see what the later game stuff is like. I feel like it's going to be very satisfying to farm for scrolls and gachapon tickets and all that, because you can buy all that stuff with mesos, which again, that's a resource that you're accruing at all times as long as you're farming. Whereas with traditional, more vanilla MapleStory, old school MapleStory design, it feels more all or nothing, which is not a great feeling. It's kind of an antiquated design, and I think there's value in that, but I also think that there's a lot of value in something like this. I think both are valuable in their own way, and I'm glad that we have this user-generated content that we can actually experience because it gives us more options, and it's making it hard to see Nexon's official classic MapleStory server as anything yet, especially because they lied about having worked on it for so long. When they announced it, they were like, we've been working on this for a long time, which I just don't believe, because it probably wouldn't have taken them so long to develop if they had been working on it for a long time. Been really enjoying getting my hunter up. I had briefly considered switching to a different class, but I figure if I'm going to be playing a lot of MapleStory over the next 10 years, I should probably spend a lot of time playing every class just so I can have some interesting stuff to do. You know, if I just make a Dragon Knight for every single one of my characters, that's gonna get super boring. And I think the biggest thing that's really surprised me about Chrono Story is, yes, it's easier to level. I mean, the amount of XP I get right now is pretty insane. But it's not so easy to level, and this is exactly what I mean when I say that Chrono Story has taken only the good parts from high-rate private servers from the late 2000s. It makes leveling still kind of a challenge, at least right now. I don't know if it's going to scale like this moving forward, because I've seen plenty of people who are like in the 140s already. I don't know what the average level is, or like the median level of characters in this server right now, but we definitely weren't seeing this many level 140s like 6 months into our tale. So perhaps it is easier to level, and I don't really know what the future of this server looks like. I don't know if we're getting a wipe after the alpha ends, or what things are going to be changed. I'm just along for the ride, you know? I'm just here to have a good friggin' time. And I'm not gonna let you ruin it. Oh, that's max arrow bomb. And I'm now level 57, so that's max arrow bomb. I'm gonna start putting points into quick draw. I have not seen quick draw in action. What's the success chance? 4% success chance. I'm guessing this is just like final attack. I wanna see it proc. Whoa, that was it. Yeah, it just looks like it adds an extra line. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, that's a really cool way to do final attack. I'm glad they reworked that skill. Out of all the skills that needed to be reworked, final attack is pretty much one of the biggest. There she is. Uma Musume herself.
Yes! Oh, wait a minute. I got way too excited about that.
First things first, though, we're gonna head to, I guess, Lith Harbor and try to get a Pink Adventurer cape. I know it's kind of a long shot, but I have 15 Gachapon tickets, and I just don't know if it's gonna be better for me to do Hinnesis Gachapon or Lith Harbor, so I'm just gonna make the choice of doing Lith Harbor. So let's get started. 4 decks hat. Pretty bad start. Red Adventurer cape. I already got one of those. Oh, strawberry earrings are cool. Cool. What was that voice? Just so much junk. I only have 2 left. Blue work gloves and blue magic cape. All right. So not really anything. I mean, I guess the strawberry earrings are interesting. I'm happy to get those. Now that I am past level 55, I can do the skeleton soldiers kill quest. I just really need to do something other than mindlessly killing golems, because like it's fucking tiring and not interesting in any way. I'm trying to make a video here. I have been leveling quick draw, and You can tell just by reading the description that this is basically a replacement for Final Attack, and it's so nice because it really does just add an extra line to whatever attack you do. Even at 10% success rate, I'm starting to see it activate fairly often. Well, 10% of the time. But the fact that it goes up to level 30 means that I think it has like, oh god, 2% every level, so 60% success rate at max level is fucking insane. That's a huge damage increase. Oh, you know what I should really do while I'm here? I'm gonna go ahead and buy some more shoe jumps. I need 4. Shoe jump 60, 4. That's all of my scroll vouchers, dude. 1, 2, fail, and success. Okay, 7 decks, shoes, that's okay. It's not great, but considering the amount of time I'm planning on spending at Elnath in the future, this I think is fine. I think I'm okay with this. I wish I hadn't spent all my scroll vouchers on it, but yeah, Helm Dex 60 is 800. I guess I could get Helm Dex 100. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Let's do this quest. I am itching to do literally anything that's not killing a whole bunch of golems in one spot on one map. But at level 60, there are a few interesting new training spots I want to try out. So I'm trying to just do that, trying to achieve that before I really make that push to 3rd job. Okay, let's kill these motherfuckers. That's 60,000 experience and just some potions, nothing really interesting. I do need to look at their drop table though. Glove attack 60 like I thought, but otherwise just some average regular gear. Beige Patriot, you know, that's one thing I could get. But that's a level 70 hat. I'm more interested in investing into my 8-stat white poly feather hat first. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and do the second one. Does it show what the reward is gonna be? 200,000 so that's 3 times, so 600k. So this will get me a lot of experience. 600,000 experience right now is, what, 80% of a level? 70, 80% of a level? So I might be very close to 60 by the end of this. Oh, that's pretty motivating. And let's do it. Let's get this taken care of. Oh, hey, I got one of those beige Patriots I was talking about. I don't know why I'm slurring my words. I'm just drunk there right now. Okay, quest completed. Let's see how much experience I get. I got 2 glove attack scrolls during that grind. That's pretty good. I'll be close to level 60 after turning this in, so I think the next step is definitely just heading straight to Maladies to try and find a good Asianic bow. But I worry that that could take a while. Hoping it doesn't, but we don't know one way or the other. Okay, cool. Bunch of potions. Good to stock up on those. I do have a lot of potions that I'm never gonna use. that I should probably get rid of. So 78%, it was close. My estimate was close. That was like closer to 65%. Sell these off. That puts me over 60 million mesos in cash, which is very fun, very satisfying. Maladies are found in Ilinia, right past Monkey Forest. I really hope they're not annoying to kill. The big issue with maladies are that they fly, and the flying makes them very awkward to kill. Here we go. Let's see. How annoying is this gonna actually be? Yeah, God, they fly around. God, they fly around. They're very weak, though. They're fast. Okay, let's see if I can make this work. This is gonna suck. Just give me a really quick, really fast drop. Really, really fast drop. Yes! What? That was so fast! Wait a second. That was literally like 20 seconds after I said that. Let me see if maybe I can find another one that might have a higher damage. 75 is not bad. That'll be a good damage increase regardless, but I can afford to, mentally I can afford to spend a little more time doing this. I don't have much of a problem with that. I got a red Lumati with 14 decks. That's really rare. Hold on a second. Let me see just how rare that is. Yeah, 14 decks is a 1 in 60. That's not that rare. It's pretty rare though. Let me use a bunch of ambiguous verbiage. It's not super rare, but it's kind of rare, and it's not like a little rare or ultra rare. It's semi-rare, sort of. It's like it's meaningless, bunch of meaningless words. Who cares? It's a 1 in 60. Make of that information what you will. These would be a huge pain in the ass to kill if my average DPS wasn't as good as it is now. I'm gonna stay here till I get to level 60. There's no point in going anywhere else until then, because I can't even scroll the new bow anyway. Well, that's level 60. Big milestone, actually, pretty big milestone. Still got 10 more before third job, which is always lame, It's that Tempest update made such a big difference to the game's design. Because if this were post version, what was Tempest? 123, 121, something like that? I would be able to go get third job right now, and these last 10 levels wouldn't be like a slog. So that's a 22% chance to proc quick draw. I like that quick draw is represented with actual arrows appearing. See, when it procs, it fires 3 arrows there. It's very fun. It's very fun to see. I really like quick draw. And then 5 more points into dex. And since I only got the 1 Asianic bow, let's go ahead and just quickly try and scroll it. Good RNG. 2, 3. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. I have access to my white polyfeather hat now, though. That's cool. Gets me closer to 1,000 range. I don't have any Helm Dex scrolls, though, and I don't think I have any way to get them. Though, it is worth noting, it is absolutely worth me spending on this gear to increase my damage as much as I can, because I have really reasonable access to Yeti and Pepe's, who are right now basically the best monster in the game for farming as far as scroll vouchers go. Like, it's insane how much I stand to make there. So let me go ahead and actually buy 160% helmet dex while I'm here. My scroll RNG is just so slightly below average in this server so far. It's taking the wind out of my sails. All right, well, this Olympus can be retired. It's same scrolling luck as my stupid Asianic bow, but it's still worse, so we'll get rid of that. You know what I could do? And this might be stupid. I'm gonna buy 64 Gachapon tickets. 65, whatever, doesn't matter. I don't care, doesn't matter. I'm just gonna buy a whole bunch of Gachapon tickets and I'm gonna go to Lith Harbor and try to get my hands on a Pink Adventurer cape. Because I'm like frustrated. I'm frustrated right now. That was such terrible luck on my scrolls after I got, whatever. I'm frustrated, so I'm gonna take it out on gambling. I'm gonna gamble my problems away. This is very healthy. Half earrings are also cool. High level earrings really don't hurt for scrolling purposes, but I just feel like they're also not gonna be that hard to come by. Yellow Adventurer cape, that's actually not the worst thing in the world. An 8-slot cape, okay. Anyway, that sucked. Let's try to do something a little more fun. Turns out gambling was not the solution to my problems. Who would have known? Who could have thought? I could not have seen that coming. You couldn't have seen that coming. We're just gonna blow past it. All right, Sanctuary Entrance 1 would be a good training spot. This would be solid. What do we have here, though? Is it just Toro Macy's, or do we get Toro Spears as well? Just kidding. You get neither of them. It's Ice Golems? Okay. Because at this point, what I'm working towards is not so much farming. I'm just trying to become stronger. And we're headed towards Yeti and Pepe's, who also drop golden hinkles. Drop bottomware decks. That's not really that useful for an archer, though. Accessory decks 100% is good. So I'm at this point, I'm just wondering, like, if I'm going to be killing level 80 monsters anyway, why not just go to Yeti and Pepe? Yeti and Pepe. You know, I could head to Sharp Cliff too and start killing them now. But we got Toro Shields. I think Toro Shields, these guys hit fucking hard. Let me see what these doubloons, how much damage reduction I get. So that drops their damage on me from like 900 down to like 500. So like if I'm gonna be killing Toro Shields, right, which clearly is, these guys are strong as fuck. This is gonna take a while. I'm gonna do a quick 5-minute test, 6-minute test, and see how much experience I get here, just to see if it's even worth it. But, I mean, I might as well go to Yeti and Pepe at this point, right? I should be a little stronger than I am. And that's the annoying thing, is I should be a little stronger. I should have 2 extra decks on my hat. My bow should be like 6 more weapon attack. Gloves, maybe 1 more attack. You know, like, things should be better for me right now. I should be a little stronger, but I'm not. And that's just kind of a fact. So I think I'm just gonna sit here. I'm gonna test out Toro Shields for a while and see how I feel about it, and then maybe consider just heading straight to Yeti and Pepe. Because like I said, Yeti and Pepe right now are the best for farming Mesos. I mean, Yeti and Pepe's have always been good for farming Mesos because they're 3 monsters in 1. When I was farming Mesos on my Dragon Knight and Artail, that's where I spent a lot of time. All right, 6 minutes in. We're looking at about 1.5 million experience an hour, and the Mesos per hour is pretty shitty. I'm not getting a lot of drops because these monsters are certainly quality over quantity. Anyway, yeah, so we'll just keep that in mind. 1.5 mil for this, but there are a couple other areas I want to try out. Okay, so this is the Ghost Pirate map, and Unbalanced Time is the Dual Ghost Pirate map. Now, in theory, and I don't know, I was reading on the Discord, in the Bowman Discord, that they changed this, but apparently this is like a safe spot. Oh my god, dude. Well, it's not gonna matter. It doesn't matter. If I can, yeah, if I can hit them with arrow bomb and stun them. Here, let's do a 6 minute here. Oh, they hit really hard though. They hit over 1100. So this really isn't a safe spot so much as it is just a spot. I also just, yeah, with the increase in their attack range, I don't think this is a viable spot anymore. I believe monsters' attack range was buffed. This was, prior to that buff, a viable training spot. Now, doesn't really look to be quite as viable. Like, yeah, I can stun them and that's cool. But if any of them ever break out of the stun, which is very likely because there are so many monsters and I can only hit 6 of them at a time, and the XP is already not looking great here. So I don't think this is, I'm going to go ahead and make an executive decision and say that as cool of a spot as that is, I'm not sold on it. So let's try something in Elnath. I invested all this money into these stupid snowshoes. Let me go put them to use. There are a few different places in Elnath that I could train. Generally speaking though, as long as I'm training on those monsters that split into multiple monsters after being killed, I'm gonna make a lot of money. And that's the only fucking thing that's the only thing I care about. God, I love this map. Entrance to Orbis Tower is such an underrated map. There was a time when I was toying with my intro again before I landed on what I have now, where I was planning on using this as a backdrop for it, just because I just love that map so much. The way it's laid out, it's symmetrical, it's balanced, and it's, you know, the entrance to one of my favorite areas in the game. I would have done an Orbis locked challenge if it was even remotely interesting to do so. Turns out it kind of wasn't. There's not a lot you can do in that tower. Okay, I'm 4 minutes in. This is already better experience than golems. It's also really mindless and easy. It's a little bit of a potion drainer, and these guys will two-shot me at any given opportunity, but I kind of like it here. And in those 4.5 minutes, I got 2 scrolls. And according to chronostorydex.com, editor put a screenshot of this, the highest vouchers per kill is Yeti and Pepe. That is the best farmer. Best monster to farm for scrolls and to acquire wealth. I think I'm gonna hang out here because, you know, I'll always take any excuse to train at Yeti and Pepe's. You guys know me. I wish it was still third job only meta for forever. I wish it was 2007 still. This is not the 2 million XP per hour that I wanted, but, you know, I'll take it. I'll go ahead and get one more level here, and we got 9 more levels to go. It'll be fine. It'll be quick. It'll be faster than you even think. It'll be even faster than you even think. Ooh, these guys drop gold eyes. That could be really good. I could get new gloves. These can go up to 10 decks cleaned, so I guess that's what we're looking for. Let's see if I can get my hands on one of those. The XP here, actually, as it turns out, is really not better than golems, but it's a little easier because I don't have to go out of my way to loot anything. I can just sit here and hold the attack button. The monsters die. I get the loot, you know. So this is actually not an improvement in terms of average XP, but I don't really mind so much. I don't don't know. I didn't know this was possible, but I guess it makes sense given the way the equipment system in this game works. I just got a pair of Gold Eyes gloves with no stats on them. I can't find a good pair. That 7 Dex Gold Eyes that I got very early on into this grind is the best thing I've found. The best pair of gloves I found. It's just very funny to me that you have this no stat level 70 glove. It's a weird thing to see. Well, they've added cosmetics, which I find interesting, but I really worry that adding cosmetics is the first step towards removing the ability to use your MapleStory World's avatar. I don't really know what their plan is for this because, I mean, I have no idea how they could possibly implement this in a way that clears the MapleStory World's avatar system. Anyway, I'm not really too worried about that, but there's not a lot of stuff that has been added except for the auto buff, which I'm very into. I will say that I like the year-long option for cosmetics and items and stuff. I just found a really good overall. This is 19 stat clean, so I think at level 70, what I'll do is I'll 60% this for strength. 10 scrolls though, that might take up all of the scroll vouchers I've earned from grinding. Alrighty. So I'm level 66, 50% experience, selling off my last batch of equips. I've gotten a couple interesting items. So my blue Lineros, we talked about briefly. This is cool, 19 stat is really good, but the weapon defense is basically non-existent, and that's actually kind of a big deal. So I'm hoping maybe I can find something better. Yeah, in the future. I'm actually probably not going to invest very much into this at first because that weapon defense, that loss of weapon defense does matter a little bit. I have 2 decent Hinkles. That's awesome. Either of these would be a good starting point for scrolling. I have my Gold Eyes. Cold Eyes? I found these Gold Eyes that have 8 decks, and then I have my 8-slot Yellow Adventurer cape. There's a number of things that I need to scroll. What I can do, because I have so much right now, and in fact, just so that I know where I'm at, let me go ahead and exchange all of these. All right, I'm at 4,000 scroll vouchers. The thing is, I can go back to mixed golems and get glove attack and bow attack 60% scrolls, which are 2 of the things that I'm going to need to scroll. So I can save myself a huge number of scroll vouchers by just going back to mixed golems and farming there. So I think I'm gonna do that. I'll just stay there till I have, I guess, 14 bow attack 60s. Because I would theoretically want to have 2 full attempts at scrolling a golden Hinkle, and also 5 glove attack 60s, so I will probably be there for a while. Recently, I got an Apple Watch Ultra 3. I've never had a smartwatch before at all, ever. But I got this because I noticed that there's a huge focus on like health features. It tracks your heart rate, calories expended, calculated based on your BMI, and all kinds of like really useful stuff for somebody like me who's at the gym a lot. I'm not the most active person ever, but I do put a lot of effort into it. And one of the features that I did not expect among the many that I have observed that have surprised me is every so often it'll yell at me to get up and move around so that I don't just sit sedentary forever, which is like really fucking helpful. Not sponsored or anything. I just genuinely think this is really cool. I was not sold on smartwatches until I saw all of the health tracking features that they have. That's a practical application for my life that I felt was worth it. Level 67, I have 8 bow attack 60s, 4 glove attack 60s. I'm making my way towards the end of this grind. I need 6 more bow attacks, 1 more glove attack, and then I think I'll be satisfied. But the thing is, the difference in XP isn't even that substantial. It's like a difference of 300,000 to 400,000 maybe per hour at most, and that's on the high end. I can't buy Unagi here. Oh, okay. So 1 lucky gold coin, which you just get from monsters, can be exchanged for 1 random reward. That's pretty cool. Those rates are insane, though. They're basically saying, like, 1 in 100 will give me 15 minutes of 50% drop. All right, I mean, maybe when I am higher level, it'll be easier to get my hands on these, but considering I've been at this for 2+ hours, and I have 6, we're looking at like 40 hours almost of grinding, 30 hours of grinding for 15 minutes of 50% extra drop. What the fuck? What the hell? But like I said, maybe things will be different when I'm higher level. All right, I'm nearing level 70 now, but before we wrap up this grind, I want to share a couple thoughts I have. Chrono Story as a server kind of shuffles off a number of OSMS design choices in favor of its own direction. This is something I've mentioned a number of times now, as you know. I think this is a good thing in most cases. It has allowed the developer to create a unique experience that I genuinely believe is worth your time playing. This server is, for me, up there with South Parry and Artale in terms of how valuable it is as a game experience. And I want to be clear, these are my opinions. I'm not the one putting in the time and effort to develop Chrono Story. I'm just a YouTuber who has feelings about things, so I don't want anything I say here to be taken as fact. It's simply my opinion. I just wanted to make sure I shared it because we're talking about people's money and the overall monetization of Chrono Story, which is really what I want to discuss. Before we get to my main point, it's worth noting that spending in Chrono Story's cash shop requires Chrono credits, which is a bit of a departure from how most MapleStory World servers handle this. Most of the time, you can just spend World Coin directly. In Chrono Story, you have to convert World Coin to Chrono credits. There are options that allow a one-to-one conversion, so ultimately, I think this is just something to keep an eye on. One of the things that first stood out to me as far as Chrono Story's design goes is totally innocuous. The location swap of the yes and no buttons in NPC dialogue. After 20 years of muscle memory, this really bothered me at first, but I just blew past it. However, this decision illustrated to me that the developer believes that it is worth upending design choices that we've all become comfortable with over decades for whatever reasons they have. And I don't know what these reasons are. They're not apparent to me. And this brings me to the auto buff. With the whole NPC dialogue box thing, this didn't really matter because it didn't do any damage. The auto buff cash shop item though costs money, and auto buff was changed from what we're used to. It doesn't operate the way you probably expect. This change is another instance of altering something we're all deeply familiar with and expect to function a specific way for indiscernible reasons. Auto buff in every implementation I can think of in every version of MapleStory will automatically use any skill you assign to it, even if that skill is not active to begin with. This presents its own challenges, of course, as it can drain MP and summoning rocks if you AFK with it active. In Chrono Story though, it won't automatically activate any buff ever. It will only continue buffs that are already active, meaning you still have to manually buff yourself every time you relog or change channels, which kind of defeats the purpose of auto buff. I could very well be wrong with my claim that this is never how auto buff in MapleStory has functioned, and I would be fully willing to concede this entire point if there is sufficient precedent set for this. But I don't think there is. If the developer wants to maintain this new form of auto buff, that's fine. I have no control over that decision. I'm not the one putting in the hours to develop the server. In that case though, I think there should be a line added to the description that states auto buff will not activate buffs for the player so that there's never any confusion. Confusion I've observed a couple times already on the Discord server. The description does state that it will reapply buffs as they're about to go off of cooldown, which technically does convey the same information, but given the ubiquity of auto buff as a concept in this community, I think it's important to be more explicit. All that being said, I'm loving my time with Chrono Story. I'm very grateful to the developer for putting in the effort to create something so fun and satisfying, but I'm going to keep an eye on the monetization moving forward. Like the premium teleport rock, which I would talk about, but it's so obviously just a luxury item that I don't think it really warrants discussion. Anyway, we're close to becoming a ranger, and I'm gonna go ahead and finish up that grind right now. I finally did it, everybody. That was a lot slower than I think it could have been, partially because I don't truly think Yeti and Pepe is like the most optimal for XP for me right now. But that's okay. I have 119 million mesos, a ton of scroll vouchers. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and turn in all of the scrolls I'm never gonna use. I also have 2 more Helm Int 60s for my magician I'm planning on making. So now I have 8 of those. Okay, pretty much turned in everything. That puts me at 8,000 scroll vouchers. I'm gonna go ahead and turn in my Spiegelman coins. What are these called? Lucky gold coins? Oh, cool. I didn't roll the 1%. Who would have thought? It's been so long. 10 accuracy and 50 avoid. It's just worthless stuff. Anyway, now for the interesting part. So we have the blue Lineros. This is cool and all, but it cuts my weapon defense pretty significantly. I didn't find a better one in the grind. So what I'm gonna do first, I gotta go to my lucky scrolling spot. All right, start the music. So I have my golden hinkle. I have 14 bow attack 60s. So I have 2 hinkles and 14 scrolls. Let's see if I can make it happen. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's a +4, 91 attack. That's fine. But can I do better with my other bow? Jesus Christ. So 3 or 4 is pretty average. So at least I managed to get a +4 weapon for once in my life. All right, that's done. That's done. I was hoping to maybe roll some good RNG. Now let's do the gold eyes. These can be a small damage increase if I get lucky. Oh my God. Ugh. It's just like not, it's like so unimpressive that I feel like it's not even worth being in the video, you know? Cool 6 weapon attack gloves, dude. Wow. Everyone's so impressed. That's effectively a 1 weapon attack increase because of the extra dex. Couple more things I could do. I could scroll my earrings. Pretty sure I want strength on those. So let's start turning in some of these scroll vouchers. Earring, strength 60% is 1,000 scroll vouchers. These are pricey. Okay, then let's do cape first. Cape, dex 60. I want cape strength, which I don't, you know, cape strength is a real scroll. So I'm gonna turn in 8. Jesus Christ, 8 of those. Let's hope I can get it, like, I don't know, at least half of those successful. I'm not liking using 60% scrolls lately. Ugh. Okay, +5 is okay. You know, +5, fine. I'm happy with that. That gives me enough strength to equip a Metis. That's the level 80 bow, right? Metis? No, those are level 90. What is the level 80 one? Arund? Yeah, the Arunds are the level 80 ones. Oh, I should have used, I had 3 bow 10%. I was gonna use those. Well. Well, as far as other upgrades go, I don't really have a whole hell of a lot. I wanted to do the blue Lineros, which would be a lot more strength, but it doesn't really feel that important right now. Let's get this taken care of. I want to be a ranger so bad. I want to use strafe so bad. Secret passage near Sleepy Dungeon 5. And it's been a long time since I've done 3rd job on an archer, apparently. I don't know why this is catching me off guard. Oh, I'm so fast now too. I have 200% movement speed because I have points in thrust, which is giving me 22 extra movement speed. That's kind of insane. Now we get to walk through the map that everyone always included the long shot of them walking through this entire map in their 3rd job advancement videos. So it's something that I distinctly remember. Oh wow, this will be pretty easy. Oh no, can she lock my skills? Ah, she can't one-shot me. It's fine. I'm pretty strong. That's a reasonable level of strength to have. Ring! I need job advancement. Are you ready to take the next test? Okay. We have to go do the quiz, which requires a dark crystal. We have so many dark crystal ores. I can literally make 26 dark crystals right now. This is much unlike my hermit in Artale, where it was a challenge to get ores. Let's do this quiz. God damn it, I have to test my knowledge again, and I'm gonna get it wrong probably. What do you receive in return for giving 30 dark marbles to the 2nd job advancement NPC? Proof of hero. Which is the first NPC you meet in Maple Island. Is it? I think it's Roger. Oh, is it Lucas? No, it's not Lucas. Who the fuck was it? Which town is not at Victoria Island? South Perry. Which NPC cannot be seen on Maple Island? Good question. Tio, right? He's from Lith Harbor. Yeah. Which monster will be seen during the ride Crimson Balrog? Which of the following monsters can fly? Malady. In MapleStory, what is the XP needed to level up from 1 to 2? 15. Not bad. Okay, 1 question wrong out of 7 or whatever. Was it 7 total? I can live with that. I can live with that result. Rini. I like saying that name. Great job. You have wisely answered all the questions. I must say I'm quite impressed with the level of wisdom you have displayed. Now you will be transformed into a much more powerful bowman. Yeah! Oh, I got some HP. Whoa, I got a bunch of HP and MP. So I should have 1. What? I get a vertical jump? Oh, I got 5 AP as well. Good, 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 good. No, arrow rain requires mortal blow. Okay, well the good news is, mathematically, strafe at level 1 is always better than double shot, no matter what. Double shot does 280% total. This does 7, 14, 21, 28, same amount, plus an extra 8% because it starts out at 72%, so it does 248%. So it's technically a little bit better, which is one of my favorite little factoids about archers. Damn, that's satisfying. I love strafe so much. But it looks like I'm gonna be spending a little bit more time at Yeti and Pepe's. I was kind of hoping to max out arrow rain first. Oh, but this gives flat % attack. But Inferno's gonna be so much more damage, 51% with the elemental bonus. And it does it only do 1 line? I'm gonna want to point in this anyway, so let me just grab it. And then 1 point into Mortal Blow. I really want to try out Air Boost, but we got to be a little practical here because leveling is not free in this server. It does take a little bit of time. Okay. Inferno, whoa! Inferno fires 3 air. Never mind, it's way stronger. Dude, that's way fucking stronger. I'm glad I put a point in that. Because it doesn't, I don't think it specifies how many lines it does. Yeah, it doesn't specify how many lines, but it looks like it does 3 lines of damage. I think these are werewolves. Whatever, I don't care. I'll kill a freaking werewolf. I'll kill a werewolf. Fight me. Shoot me. Oh, that's so weak. Oh God, look how awful Strafe is. It's so cute. Look at that. Aw. Oh, he's a new ranger. Look at him, it's so cute. Aw. Yeah. So this is the damage we're looking at right now. Maybe I should find an empty Yeti and Pepe channel so I could actually test it out there, because I feel like that's going to be pretty solid damage. Yeah, so Yeti and Pepe's I think are starting to become more populated, and I really don't want to spend a whole bunch of time here if I'm going to be competing for maps and stuff. So I was thinking it might be a good idea to go over to Dark Yeti and Pepe's, but I would imagine those are probably populated too. So turn on the tracker, see how much damage I'm doing. Because with Arrow Bomb, I was hitting about 10,000 DPS on the high end. Here, it looks like I'm hitting 13,000 DPS. So this is faster. It doesn't look faster when you look at the numbers, which is why these numbers and these multipliers can be so deceptive. This is about a 20% damage increase, despite me not even hitting over 1,000 damage per line most of the time. Nice. So this will be faster experience. I imagine the next grind for like the next 10 levels or so is going to be pretty boring. So just trying to get some enjoyment out of these cool skills while I still can before it becomes mundane. I hope you enjoy looking at the particle effect for Inferno, because that's what we're going to be staring at. And then Strafe hitting up to 5 lines is awesome. 5 lines 60% of the time. So cool. It's kind of like Super Strafe. Is that the name of the skill? Super Strafe, the post-Big Bang skill that Marksman got? I don't remember if Bowmasters got it. I want to use Gachapon tickets on the Genesis Gachapon. I've been using them on Lith Harbor and I've gotten like fucking nothing. But there's actually like stuff I can practically use here at this gachapon. So let's see if we get anything good.
Why?
These are for crossbows. I can't use it because it's for crossbows. This is literally the exact thing I was talking about. This is exactly what I was talking about getting. Motherfucking... Okay, now let's get 25 pieces of junk. Well, wait, one more. Brown pole feather hat. Oh man, nothing good. That's so disappointing. Okay, so I was really hoping to get diamond arrows. That would have been amazing. Of course, I mean, I guess I did get diamond arrows, but crossbows wouldn't use arrows anyway. This is something I've always had an issue with in this game. Crossbows use bolts. You put a bow, you put an arrow in a crossbow, the fucking crossbow's gonna snap the arrow. It's not gonna fire it. Well, I don't have too many interesting gains to report. It seems like a lot of the RNG stuff is tweaked to be pretty relatively unfavorable, or I'm just getting bad RNG. Because I feel like all my gachapon tickets have been kind of nothing burgers. I got yellow snowshoes, which are cool, yellow adventurer cape, which is cool, but I had to farm for my red arrows. Anyway, do I even have anything more to say right now? Disappointing to finally cash in everything and not get what I was looking for. That's okay. We will find a diamond arrow for bows at some point. I'm not too worried about that. We'll get it eventually. And it's only 3 more weapon attack. So what am I working towards now is the question. Besides leveling up my skills, I think it would be a good idea to invest in some earring scrolls. In fact, I could probably just straight up go buy scroll vouchers, because I need, what, 5,000 total to attempt to scroll my earrings? I wonder if that's worth it. No, probably not. All I'm gonna be doing for the foreseeable future, I guess, is farming these Yeti and Pepes. All right. Hey, you know what they say, back to the grind.